Well, pigs do fly. A true miracle just happened. Lordstown Motors, they're still in business and they've begun production of their electric pickup truck. Frankly, I am absolutely shocked. And I think a lot of people are as well, that this actually did happen. Why? Well, remember that short seller report? Well, that report accused with a bunch of money still in the bank. It's amazing. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers and welcome back everyone else. Just an hour ago, I finished filming a video about an electric pickup truck that's on sale in New Zealand, in China, about to go on sale in Australia and a bunch of other countries. Plus, Geely just released their Raider R6 electric pickup truck for $26,000 US. It's on sale right now in China. It is going to be sold in many markets around the world. Obviously, Geely is a global car manufacturer, not just a Chinese car maker. They make Volvos, or they own Volvo, and Polestar, Zeekr, other brands as well. However, in America, the land of the pickup truck, the fourth American electric pickup truck has officially started manufacture. So what are the other three? Well, of course, the first to market was the Rivian R1T, which has been a success. Obviously, the big trouble there for Rivian has been ramping production up. They've had heaps of orders. I mean, they've got, 100,000 orders, something like that. But actually building the things is very difficult. Very difficult for any manufacturer, in fact. Of course, then we had the GMC Hummer EV, which, General Motors celebrated huge success in the fourth quarter of 2021. They did do this. They celebrated the fact that they actually started making the truck and they delivered one. Yeah. It was called the Hummer One, and they delivered one of them in the fourth quarter of 2021, and GM celebrated that. Like, literally, they all went out and got on the drink and had a great night because they delivered one. But anyway, at least one's better than none, I guess. Next up, of course, was the Ford F-150 Lightning as the third electric pickup truck in the US. Now, this becomes the fourth, which is, frankly, to many people, a huge shock. I don't think anyone would Tesla. If that's what you're thinking. I mean, a lot of you email me, message me, hey, who's the next Tesla? Is this the next Tesla? Should I invest in them? No, don't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Don't go near it. But don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean you shouldn't buy a pickup truck from them if you like their car. And if they have one for sale that you can buy, it's certainly an option. First of all, let's have a look at what actually happened. Hindenburg Research, a short seller that previously targeted Nikola in the fall of last year, released a report on Lordstown Motors saying the startup miles-led investors about the capabilities of its pickup, the endurance, and about pre-orders for the truck, which have been widely publicized. Lordstown Motors actually bought the Lordstown, Ohio plant from General Motors in 2019, and they unveiled the endurance pickup truck, the one that just started manufacturing, in 2019, in the summer of 2019. The main point of contention in the Hindenburg report was the 100,000 pre-orders for the Endurance, which Lordstown CEO Steve Burns claimed the company had. Hindenburg's report said that Hindenburg had fabricated most of those orders. In fact, Lordstown actually paid people to place the orders. Following the release of the Hindenburg report, Lordstown's stock fell 16%. The truth is, as a result of this, and Lordstown's over-representing what they were doing and their capabilities, a lot of people lost a lot, and I mean a hell of a lot of money. I mean, here, case in point. January the 1st, 2021, Lordstown stock price was sitting at $25 US. On the 11th of May, the price fell to $1.50. $25 US down to $1.50. You can see, right? Many people were burned. That's hundreds of millions of dollars lost. Today, the stock price has rebounded to, $1.83. So, yeah, even for those people, those brave souls that held the stock, hoping that it would rebound, it just hasn't happened. However, we may see a rebound soon. Lordstown Motors announced this morning that it has started commercial production of the Endurance pickup, expanding the electric pickup market by an additional vehicle in the early days of EV adoption. Teslarati says the company announced this morning that the first two commercial release production Endurance for units rolled off the production line at the Foxconn EV Ohio plant, which Lordstown sold to the company earlier this year in a joint venture agreement to develop EVs. So now this is a venture a joint venture between Foxconn and Lordstown. For those of you unaware, Foxconn is a Taiwanese company. I actually lived in Taiwan for a year. I worked in Taiwan for a year. It's a really pretty country. In fact, it's actually the most mountainous country in the world. But all the people live on the coast. Now, Foxconn trades as Hon Hai Technology Group in China and Taiwan, or Foxconn internationally. And they are a multinational electronics contract manufacturer, probably most well known for their contract manufacturing for Apple smartphones. These 3 cars are the first of 500 that Lordstown hopes to build and sell at least. This is what Lordstown said. We will continue to build at a slow rate as we address remaining parts pedigree and part availability issues. We expect to increase the speed of production into November and December. Our homologation and certification processes are proceeding as planned. Not sure what that means, to be honest. Just sounds like gibberish to me. Basically, they're saying that, ramp up is going to be slow. Don't expect much this year. I mean, 500 EVs between it's the 30th of September today, and you've got 3 months left in the year, October, November, December. I mean, that's really a run rate of about 150 per month. It's not a lot of cars. So, how are they going with financial stability? Well, Lordstown said in its press release that it anticipates ending Q3 with approximately $195 million in cash and cash equivalents, including $27 million of proceeds from equity issuances during the third quarter of 2022. This is roughly a $75 million increase compared to past forecasts, which revealed previously that the automaker was struggling to keep its doors open. Now, obviously, Foxconn being part of this venture is what has kept the company afloat. The partnership with Foxconn resulted in considerably more financial stability than it had prior to this merger. In late 2021, Lordstown said in a filing that it had significant cash flow issues. Foxconn and Lordstown Motors entered into a manufacturing supply agreement for the Endurance. So I think Foxconn here probably made a mistake initially investing $50 million in the company and was like, oh, damn, what were we thinking? But then they waited until the right time to jump in. And, well, maybe who knows if it's going to really be the right time, but what they think is the right time to jump in and sort of make this joint venture at a lower cost, a much, much lower cost than what they otherwise would have paid if this had have happened earlier. So it could be fortuitous for them to some degree if this actually works. And it may work out, considering, Americans love pickup trucks and there's not a lot of electric pickup trucks available. So what are the specs on this thing? Well, the Lordstown Endurance has 250 miles of range, 600 horsepower, and a 109 kilowatt hour lithium ternary battery pack. To give you an idea of the size, it's actually very similar in size to the F-150 Lightning. Although at 230 inches, the 2023 Endurance is 2.7 inches shorter than the Lightning. It's got a width of 86 inches, a height of 76 inches, and a 146 inch wheelbase. So it's just a little bit smaller than the F-150 Lightning. Really, pretty similar in size to a Ford Ranger, a little bit bigger than a Ford Ranger. So that gives you an idea of the vehicle, a bit of history of this company. And here's my prediction. Because of this JV with Foxconn, I do believe that things will work out for at least for the next 2 years. Beyond that, it's anyone's guess. I think Foxconn eventually will realize that this is very, very hard to succeed as an automaker. Tesla has mentioned this many times. Pretty much everyone else has gone bankrupt. That's true. Over the past 100 years, the past 50 years, there hasn't been another successful automaker come out of North America other than Tesla. So the key question is here. We've got all these startups. We've got Rivian, right? Backed, of course, by big old Jeff Bezos. Then we've got Lucid Motors and, of course, Lordstown and some others as well. But they're 3 of the biggest that are talked about the most right now. Will all 3 of those be alive in 10 years' time? Absolutely not. Which of them have the biggest backing? Rivian, of course. Lucid have got the Saudis. These guys, Foxconn, depends on how much money Foxconn is willing to invest. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear what people's thoughts are here. This is a very controversial issue, Lordstown's pickup trucks, but frankly, they're making electric EVs, electric pickups, which is a really good thing. So I hope they do succeed. Thank you for watching.